Good morning. We begin with the breaking news. A man armed with a sword has been arrested after members of the public and police officers were attacked in East London this morning. 5 people have been taken to hospital. Well, police say they were called shortly before 7 a.m. to reports of people being stabbed and a vehicle being driven into a house in the Thurlow Gardens area near Hainault Tube Station. Videos verified by Sky News also show a man with a knife outside houses on nearby Lang Close, with recent footage showing bloodstains on the road as well. In the last few minutes in the police cordon, we've seen a black van, damage to the front right-hand side with its rear doors open. We do not know that the police were initially called to reports of the vehicle being driven into a house. Well, these pictures from social media we're showing to you now show a man in a yellow hoodie carrying what looks to be a knife in his right hand. This is filmed on Lang Close, as we say. Well, let's bring in our correspondent, Rachel Venables, who is at the scene for us. Rachel, what can you see? Tell us more.
Well, just to give you a scale, really, the sense of the huge police operation which has been sparked here over the past couple of hours. I'm around 100 metres or so west of where this incident happened, west of Hainault, down New North Road. This is as far as we can get to on this side of the cordon, with police officers standing guard and frequently turning away local people who are trying to get to their homes, trying to get to their businesses, or just to get through this area and try to work out what happened. A truly traumatising incident, the details of which we are still trying to understand. But we know there was a major operation launched at just before 7 o'clock this morning, with police getting called out to reports of a vehicle, first of all, going into a house, and then reports of people being stabbed. Now, this seems to have happened on Thurlow Gardens, which is a residential street that feeds towards Hainault Station itself. We're here, of course, in north-east London on the border of Essex. This is very much a residential area. And that station really busy because it's on the central line, feeding people through into central London. So you can imagine the area would have been full of people getting up this morning, heading to work, maybe planning to take their children onto school or nursery, and that's when this incident seems to have happened. And now the whole area in lockdown. We know that the active moment of panic, as it were, is over. Police have arrested a suspect, a 36-year-old man, and they say they're not looking for anybody else in connection with this incident. But crucially, 5 people have been treated here at the scene and have been taken to hospital, with reports of stabbings, and we've seen those images of a man in a yellow top and carrying a horrendous looking knife, a huge knife, and that was really what sparked people's fear this morning when they saw scenes of police officers certainly surrounding an individual with a weapon of that size. And of course the trauma you can only imagine for those who were caught up in this, who had to perhaps administer first aid or call the police. A real sense of fear. I mentioned, of course, the ambulance service called out as well as the police. They've taken 5 people to hospital, and the police really stressing at this stage that this is now in the investigative stages of the operation. We're awaiting more details from them, but they have locked down this scene. They are investigating the area, gathering evidence, trying to work out what has happened, and we're awaiting further details from them as the day goes on.
Rachel on the scene for us. Rachel, I don't know if your camera operator can just show us the view behind you there. We can see the police vehicle to the side of you, and then we can just see officers on scene, the blue and white tape that is cordoning off the area. And as we kind of look down the road there, Rachel, just give us a sense, 4 hours on, of the emergency service response to this incident.
Well, I think usually after incidents like this, you very much have 2 phases. The first, of course, is that initial huge operation where you have police officers, ambulance workers as well, literally running to the scene, trying to save lives, and that panic from local people as they try to get to grips with the situation, a terrifying, fast-paced situation, first aid being administered, trying to lock down the area to save lives and protect people. Now we know that people have been taken to hospital. A 36-year-old man has been arrested, and officers aren't looking for anyone else in connection with it. So we really enter the second stage of a major operation like this, which is containment and understanding. And so the police have now settled an established cordon. I don't expect it to grow any. Through the day, we will see slowly that blue and white tape shrink, and they'll move back down the road as they feel as though they've got things under control. They've gathered the evidence that they need. But I've heard them time and time again saying to people that this is an active crime scene and they cannot let them through. People driving up to the area, asking what's going on, police locking this area down and really trying to seize control, to retain control of the situation. And as you look down the road, I could see dozens upon dozens of officers from various divisions, those some of them community support officers as well. I've seen people, of course, doing the investigative work. You've seen buses just stranded on the road. Obviously, the moment that this happened, people would have fled. All of this almost a moment of pause here while the police tried to do the very important work of speaking to people, knocking on doors, gathering evidence, gathering witnesses and understanding what has happened.
Rachel Venables, our home news correspondent.